Yes, police, as I said to you guys before, young police officers, you understand, I've been imploring and begging you guys for years now, since I have left, for you guys to leave the police force and migrate, because there's nothing there for you, nothing, because you're not supposed to be in any job that you get paid today, and tomorrow you're financially embarrassed. You have to be calling your friends and family overseas to get money to buy food. No, you're not supposed to be living like that. You understand? Or you have to go and be checking a businessman, and you understand what I'm saying? And it's I know you feel embarrassed doing stuff like that, being a cutter. You understand? So, as for me, I work 4 days a week. You understand? I don't work at nights, I don't work on holidays, I don't work on weekends, so I can plan my vacation, and everything is just pretty much like that. The things that you do in life, you just continue to work towards it. Right now, I am going. Normally, I'd be home already by 4, but I'd stop somewhere to transact some business. You understand? So, and it's nice. You go to work in the day and you go home, and in the night you're you're at home with your family. You understand? So, back to the thing now with police force. As you can see, police, not even, you have to understand, the Jamaican, from when I was growing up, the Jamaican Constabulary Force, the police, when I say police, back then it means DC, Special Regular Police. When Seaga was Prime Minister, he used to have we want to know the difference between a DC, a Special, or a regular police. Ask a gunman. A gunman don't differentiate, because all of them see them as Babylon and as threat to him, because they are the one that prevent him from do what he wants to do. But as years goes by, the media, they keep ratcheting up stuff. Look what happened the other day with the pork eating Rasta, when claiming that he's the father of both boys, and lie, and the media, they run with it, smear the police. Nobody, not even the commissioner, not even the fake commissioner of police, because he's not the commissioner, because he has no law enforcement credential. You understand? He was just placed there because the politicians, they can do that. And if you notice, they're taking time dismantling the police force, and put it like setting like a corporation, because look how much scandal, how much corruption that happened within the PMP and the GLP government when they come on to the FLA, the Firearm License Authority. They said that the police are corrupt. I remember when the police were in charge of issuing guns in Jamaica, they did not give no criminals any gun. People went to prison or anything like that, like what happened under both government when they put their friends there. But yet still you haven't, the media haven't beaten the drum against them. You don't see no extensive coverage about it, report on it, and everything just 9 day one night just disappeared, nothing again about it. But if it was the police, oh man, that would be every day they'll be beating on it. Or they're corrupt, and look how much, even with the machine, the man in Mandeville with the gun making machine that can build bullets. Jamaica is a criminal's paradise, and all of you young men there, you're just wasting your life. Because number one, I can tell you, when in 1990 as a young police officer, I was stationed at a station in Crafts in Clarendon, and there's a file that came. I don't remember the policeman's name, but a police officer was killed in Waterhouse near to the gully in 1980. 1980 I was in the police, and he died. He was killed in the line of duty, And back then he should have received like close to 10,000 Jamaican dollars. But his beneficiary was his parents. 1990, the police officer was killed in 1980, and that was 1990. 10 years, and when myself and the sub-officer in charge of Craftsville Police Station went to Brandon Hill to find the policeman's parents, so that they know that 10 years it took for them to approve the money for him to get from 1980. And when we reached there, both parents died. They died like one died 1988 and the next one died 1989. So their son was killed by gunmen at the Gully Bank at Waterhouse, and the parents, they died before they got the money that he wanted his parents to get. So that money went right back to the state. If you guys, when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to young police officers. If you guys migrate and venture the road that I have been, if you die doing what I used to do and what I am doing now, immediately your beneficiary, once they don't have to wait for any cause of death. You understand? Once it is identified that you were killed, whether on or off duty, that money that your beneficiaries supposed to get, they get it immediately. It doesn't take days or months or years. You understand? And the good thing about it is that there's so many viable options for you after serving. You understand? You're not getting, this the road that I've embarked. You know, I've been served in the military, getting paid to go to school. They buy my books. You know what I'm saying? You don't want anything better than that, but yet still there are people here, you know, that live in this country that they cannot join the military, but they will discourage you, you know, from when you come here to join it. The thing is that the reason why they are telling you that is because they are jealous. Yet still, you know, they have no problem with you running down there, you know, in Jamaica. You understand? And if you're down there, say you're defending the country. But who are you defending the country from? You're not defending the country from anyone, because the people, the criminals in Jamaica are the ones who are protected. If you listen, you know, all you have to do is go back and read about the Coral Garden. As you go with the Coral Gardens issues, I'm going to show you how this government, this Prime Minister is either inept or a maladroit person, or he's just plain anti-police, or he's just, his mind is just clogged and it's corrupt. I remember growing up, that's what the Coral Garden things happened. The killing happened before I was even born, years before I was born. But my grandfather, you know, God bless him, you know, he was the one that used to beat the drum and tell us back then that the Rastafarians, what they did to the police officers in Coral Gardens, and you know, and Buster was a very firm man. You understand? So if you look, you know, if you look at the history, you know, of this Prime Minister and the GLP party, you know, not the GLP party of Edward Siaga and Hugh Shearer and Buster Manti and Donald Sangster. Because my grandfather, you know, countryman, the man believe in conservatism. I believe in a handout. So my grandfather used to lick out on evening kids them, you know, living at Jonestown and them thing, because he thought that all of them have that philosophy, but they didn't. You know, this handout and beg and, you know, entitlement, you know, what the government, everybody must give them things. You understand? So the Prime Minister, if you notice, you know, this Prime Minister, you know, apologized to the Rastafarian community, you know. And you see the Rasta them, the Rasta when he Muta Baruka, I listened more time, you know. But you know what I was happy for? When time they robbed this woman, Joan downtown, It's a pity that they didn't do her something, because he's one of them, you know, that promote the criminal, them, you know. List him, you know. Hear him one time reading out how much of them police kill, but yet still, you know, he thought that because he's supporting them and, you know, promoting them and bigging up criminals, that when they see anybody for him, they're gonna know, oh, that is Muta wife, and and they won't do her anything downtown or anywhere. And the only thing I'm happy that they didn't hurt her, or, you know, any harm coming to her. But Muta Baruka and what's her name, Andrea Williams, that changed her name, so she named Kabu. These people are very dishonest people, you know, to the Jamaican people and the Rastafarian community on a whole. And this Rasta man that was, I don't even remember his name, he's such a liar. You understand? Because they do not talk what the Rasta man had done and and how many police died. But the Prime Minister, you know, Andrew Holness, came out and apologized to the Rastafarian community for what they have done. These are the people, you know, that started the problem. If the Jamaican people who have access to the library down here in Jamaica, you can go and look, it's there in the paper, what these people have done when they attacked the gas station and killed the people, and the police went there. It's a big riot that went on there. But yet still, he's the Prime Minister. He apologized to the Rastafarian. Nothing about the dead police officers. Same thing that he did with the Tivoli, the 2010 incursion. You understand? Can you believe that you have a community? You have one little community that closed down the entire country because the GLP done. Even the Minister of National Security and Prime Minister, they had to send him a copy. The criminal, a copy of the extradition warrant. You understand? And nobody getting problem for that, for leaking confidential information to a criminal. And the same people in Tivoli, you know, even my schoolmate who was a police officer, you know, told me what happened, because some of the men that were killed in Tivoli, you know, weren't killed by police, you know. They were killed by same gunmen in Tivoli, you know. That's the one. Some of them were running away, you know. Because he told me, you know, he was a part of it, you know. He said some of them that, he says, a lot of them that was killed, they weren't killed by police or soldier. They were killed by them, same men in Tivoli. And the guns that they found, he said that was a little bit of it, because there's more guns there. Anyway, these are the same people, you know, who said that Jesus died for us and they would die for him. And these are the same people again. So you must look, you know, remember, you know, a person's action, you know. They don't have to tell you who they are, you know, just their action, you know. You understand? So you know that this Prime Minister, you know, St. Andrew Holness, this is not a man who like police, you know. He's a criminal supporter and him love them. This is the same man, you know, who uses taxpayers' money. So the people who are there paying taxes, he took up the people's money because he have access to it to give to these people. I remember growing up, you know, even as police officer, you know, when people tell you that they are from Tivoli, you know, they want you to look at them differently. You must fear them because they have immunity from prosecution. They murder anybody. You understand? Police anybody, because Tivoli is like it's a country within Jamaica itself. So they have their different laws, and they have their own director of public prosecution, their own commissioner, and then they have their own president, who was Christopher Dudu Squawk. You understand? And imagine a criminal control the Prime Minister of a country. You understand? And yet still, when he apologized to the people of Tivoli Gardens and give them reparation money, because Muta Baruka, you know, he was one of them that was beating drum for these people too, you know. But yet still, you know, he cannot go downtown beside Tivoli again and play any music that he used to do on Sundays, you know. Because these gun boys, you know, them don't play, you know. And then he's the same one now who's talking about when Dudus was there, this and that. Dudus didn't have to report to any government. What Dudus said was law, because he's the mini government under the elected government. The elected government is just there as figured, but he can't. We're in Tivoli Garden. He is the law. You understand? So these people, all of them, they are hypocrite, and the media is the biggest. The media in Jamaica is the Jamaican people's biggest enemy, because all they have to do is keep repeating a lie. Because even with the Rastaman, the little pork eating Rastaman, as the two young boys that he claimed that the police trim him, and based on the statement that the woman, the aunt of these two little boys gave to the press, you don't see anything on TV, Jay, and the Gleaner, and none of them refute it or apologize to the police department for what they have done. Smear the police character, because they keep beating the drum. They want everybody to get the police. You understand? Because the bad news selling up, and it is ingrained in the Jamaican people from your young, in the ghetto, your biggest enemy is the police. You understand? Because the police is the one who's gonna prevent you from going to rob a haberdashery. They don't have those anymore, or a gross, or a supermarket, or a bank and stuff. And it's the police is your enemy. And I police preventing you from advancing your life. Like the police is going to take a book and give it for you to read. It's the parents' job, and every day they get up, it's not the government that they blame for their problems, They blame the police, as if the police is in their home. These lazy, good-for-nothing people, socialistic thinking people, they have no loyalty, and these are people you cannot play with them. You understand? You cannot trust them. So the Prime Minister sent Andrew Wallace. We saw what happened. A friend of mine, a schoolmate of mine, who is from Tivoli Garden, who is dead, over 2 years, died in prison, and he told me what happened during the Tivoli incursion. Young people, young police officers, if you think that it's you people don't see nothing yet, because my schoolmate, the one who was police, a police officer, I think he's a sergeant now. He and him, they are batchmate. He told me that, you see, 2010, that was like a testing phase of what to come, because all these politicians and all these people, they don't see what is gonna come in, what's coming to them, because at the end of the day, 2010, as my schoolmate says, that was just a cakewalk, because they just want somebody who is willing, who they look up to, that they can make them move. That's what is going to happen. Because any day when these guys, you see, with if you're reading them, what is happening with the U-Chance gang, you understand? If you have 25 people in a gang, and you have two set of people, criminals, traveling in 2 cars, 4 of them and 5 of them in, so you have 10 guns. Imagine you as a police officer with 1 gun. Or I'm not talking about on duty with an M16. And you have 10 gunmen. Just imagine when it multiply. So any day, these guys, anytime they're ready, and somebody, you see, like how Willie Agat did drape up a certain minister, and Bulby box the next one, and them send people go kill Willie Agat, and then police kill Bulby. Bulby was a rapist, robber, big time criminal. He's the one that formed a gang named Klansman, and he was a big PMP supporter. A man who was wanted for murder in Jamaica police, young police officers. This man was wanted for numbers of murders, but he was able to get Jamaican government contract legally. A man who is wanted, but because he's affiliated with the PMP government, he was able to get government contract and build his private residence in Clarendon, in Rock River Police here. If he hadn't done something nefarious to a certain minister, Bulby would be still alive today. You understand? And when he was killed, and and a police officer speak up against the system, they transfer him and then they try to end his career. Police, young police officers, you need to leave St. Andrew and Peter Phillips police force and migrate. Even go to Bahamas. You understand? When you get leave, go down to one of the hotel, you will find a woman, you understand, that will love you. Because I can tell you, the white woman them love black men. Because there's so much thing that the black man have that others don't have. You are gifted. You understand what I'm saying? Black men, you are gifted, especially Jamaican. You understand? Police officer, don't stay there, don't jump and get married down there. You understand what I'm saying? Do something so that you can leave. You understand? Leave them police force. These people do not like you. Up to now, the Prime Minister never ever even sent his condolence to any of the police officers that was shot, that died during the Tivoli incursion, or the police officers that were killed in the Coral Gardens thing. Muta Baruka is a big time liar, and Kabu. Them two Rasta people there, a bonfire upon police. They must tell the Jamaican people the truth. Tell the Rasta them the truth, that what these Rasta men did and killed the police officer. They don't tell the people that two of them were convicted by their own peers and sentenced to hang, and they were hung. You understand? But they burning fire and Buster and the police and good God of mercy and all kind of stupid madness, when they're not telling the people the real truth of what happened. You understand? These people, none of them, they are not your friends. You understand? Although I'm all over the place, but I'm just expressing myself. You know? So police, you just need to leave them police force, because there's nothing there for you. Nothing. You understand? Unless you want to be a pauper for the rest of your life. Because being a police officer, you cannot drive a nice car down here. Because once you start driving a nice car, the first thing they're going to say that you're selling drugs, or you're involved in some nefarious things. You understand? Unless you're a hero cop like the one, like the police officer who was out there with the labor right guy. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, my thing to you, man, leave St. Andrew and Peter Phillips police force. I was a police officer for many years. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, the bottom line is that I am living, you know, quite comfortable. I don't go to nobody for anything what them have. I don't have to worry. Nobody cannot see me drive any vehicle and wondering where I get money from, because I am in a job and I can afford anything. You do not want, you get paid today and tomorrow you beg. Leave. You want to create a life for yourself and your family and your kids. Being a police officer in Jamaica, police officer is just, you just lick a bit above the same people them, the poor people them down there, because you're poor too. Police work on a big work at Jamaica again, because you're not getting the pay. You understand? Police work, police support, police are sufferer. You don't want to live like that. And number one, you can see. You don't want no glasses to see what they're all about. Is to destroy your life. Young people, you understand? These people are not your friends. I keep begging you, police officer, to leave. You understand? You want to drive you want to live in a nice community. You don't want to live in somewhere where, you know, you have burglar bar like here in a prison. Where I live, I don't even, there's no burglar bar where I live. I have sliding door, glass door. You understand what I'm saying? You can't do that at Jamaica. It doesn't matter where you live, your place of in a burglar. It has to have burglar bar. So you're pretty much in prison. When you leave work and go home, you're gone in a prison. You understand? What kind of place is that? And the criminals have more rights than you. You understand? I see where where they say they're going to charge a deputy superintendent of police for lying. Wow. But they cannot charge criminal for lying. You understand what I'm saying? I've never seen anything like that. So the labor right now, they design everything to destroy the police. See it now? Something happened. In less than 48 hours, they come out that they're going to scrap Mobile Reserve. But guess what, police? You leave, because you see any time when the cookie crumble, listen. You see 2010 was that security force went in Tivoli. You see the next time when it happened, they're not going to be having a chance to go in because these boys will be going in. And they're going to Parliament. As my schoolmate says, they'll be going to Parliament. And the little 2 and 3 police that's guarding them, or 30 police, they're going to overwhelm them. So by the time reinforcement come, they're going to be in charge of Parliament. And they're just waiting for the guy to do their thing. And as he said, they have people. That's a man who was in prison and he died 2 years ago. That they have people who's learning to build IED. And I'm like, what? Yes, they want to build IED just like the people in the Middle East. You understand? And the same thing that you see happening in the Middle East, it's coming to Jamaica. Just look at the criminal. These people are still sleeping because they hate the police because they're making so much money from crime. They don't care about the people or the police. You understand what I'm saying? So the bottom line is that, look, grenade is something that is on the battlefield, war zone. You understand? And it's in Jamaica. Because remember that the criminals in St. and the criminal in St. Anne, use a grenade. When I was there as police officer, the only time you see grenade was the way you saw it on the TV. Imagine that kind of war weaponry is in Jamaica. Grenade. So they have rocket. I know that the first rocket launcher that was found in Jamaica, it went right back to a certain, but that man is dead now, and he affiliated to a former member of Parliament who is dead too. You understand? Because the man that import the gun is his nephew. You understand? So that's for another day. But the reason why I'm telling you police officers to leave, my heart goes out to the police officer that was shot over the weekend downtown. It's a pity that, that you got injured. Although, good that you take out the boy. But try your very best, man, to avoid confrontation at all costs. To involve in any shooting with criminals there. You want to protect yourself, man. Self-preservation. Because there's a police officer that was shot in Olympic Garden. That was even before I was police. In his head. And he's getting $1,000 a month. What $1,000 can do. And it was Mr. McGregor, whom I know from training school when he was an acting corporal. I saw on the TV and, where they're asking for donation and from police officer, from former police officer to help. So you see, the government don't care about police. You understand? You have to be a criminal. You understand what I'm saying? Because criminals give them votes and control of the communities and guarantee votes. That's what it's all about. The reason why they never liked George Cayley, and he was one of the best police commissioner. Never work with the man. Don't know him personally. I like to talk with him. When I was in the force, I saw him a few times. Know that he's a decent fellow and stuff, you understand? But the reason why St. Andrew is because they could not control him. They want to know that they have the puppet to put there and tell them what to do. They could not control George Cayley because George Cayley was looking out for the police. So now they have this fake police. You understand? But he's saying that, we are police officers. You are not a police officer. You are fake police. You have no police credential. You have never been through the system. You're just a political activist in uniform. Everybody know that you're a labor right. You understand? So you're just a labor right police. It's as simple as that. So the police commissioner, yes, we know that he's a labor right because he used to advise the Prime Minister. So I peer criminal nepotism and criminality going on there. Young police officer, just listen to me again, I'm begging you. Just leave them police force. Because their police force is for them. They're doing everything. You go in the police force, a majority of police officers, they're from country. Poor people, children. the mother and father farmer, and some of them, now middle class, their parents, teacher or whatever, you understand? But majority of people back in the days, I know that, especially country people, them parents are farmer, and the highest education anybody in their family had, it was them. You understand? They have raised the bar. They have raised the bar in such a way that they say they want a brighter police force because the police them it done. Because like all even me, the requirement to join the police force, if it was implemented then, remember, I would not be able to join the police force. And all of these rules changed by the party that love poor people, PMP. PMP is the one that changed it. You understand? Because when I took police test in 1986 August, you understand? All you had to do was pass the test. There was no subject. You do your English. If you pass, you with the English and your maths and stuff like that. And then after that, you went on and you would write your essay. That's what determined back then. At least you can't come. So, the uptown people, they didn't like it still. They didn't like that poor people, children, getting those opportunities. So the PMP, they are very good at destroying the police force little by little. But you have a lot of police officers who are idle. I am not an idle. I am neither PMP nor JLP. Although I'm not there, I am always a police. I am an ex-cadet. So you know that for me now, the police is my family. You understand? The destruction of the police force started, and in the 80s, Jamaica, there was no artificial borderline people. Police, because most of you police don't even know anything about that. There was no artificial borderline. After 1980 election, Siaga, when he was Prime Minister, he had a thing named Radication. I don't know if some of your parents said it. Used to have a squad at 2:30 Spanish Town with him, Radication. With them Radication come for you, They're talking about extrajudicial killing. There's nothing about no extrajudicial killing. Because when murderer kill people, them not have to do it legally. So if you kill people and police will you, me believe in you for dead. You understand? That's why I love what I had joined up for here. You understand? It called preemptive strike. If we know say you kill our people and them thing, you understand, you kill somebody from our branch, yeah, we see you, we use a drone and kill you. That's it, you understand? Some people that say a murder or extrajudicial killing. Why Amnesty International can't answer that? Because America the big boy on the block. You understand? So we use drone with bomb and kill you. That's called preemptive strike. You understand? Right here, whether you're black or white, especially you're black, you have a gun, all the police have to do is just see the gun and him kill you. Yeah, that justified because I'm afraid. At Jamaica, you go to jail. Here, so, if a man kill a police officer, if him don't turn in himself, he's not going to any jail. He's going to the morgue. You understand? In 2007 September, a gunman in Miami-Dade County shot 5 police officers and killed one of them. You understand? And when the police caught him, he, along with his girlfriend, who is white, and a white man, and the police kill him. The police that killed him, they didn't find no gun in there. He used an AK-47 and do all the shooting. And that police officer that killed him, he got a medal from Governor Charlie Crist of the state of Florida. If that was in Jamaica, that police officer would charge him murder, because Jamaica is a criminal paradise. A lot of things that Jamaican police get in trouble for, they don't get in trouble for that in America. Because number one, if a policeman stop you, you have to keep your hand on the steering. Because if you don't do that, if you move and shuffle, he might shoot you. All them have to do is say him feared. You don't have to point any gun and that's justifiable shooting. You understand? So all these people down there, that's why one time the Jamaican people, the illiterate, socialistic thinking people, criminal-minded people, when they migrate and come to Jamaica, that's why them get deported back, because they cannot assimilate. So they leave from Jamaica. It's the government destroying them, and leave from Jamaica with that mindset where they think that everybody in the world think like them. You understand? Because true people tell them, say, people admire Jamaican, but not Not them. They don't know it's not them. It's like people like Marcus Garvey, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt. None of our Jamaican, the only Jamaican politician that you will read anything about if you're in business is Edward Seaga. Because he's one of the noted financial wizards in the world from back then. You understand? There's no other Jamaican politician you can, any textbook, any financial textbook in America, if you go business school, none. The only one is Edward Seaga. But they're going to say, like, boy, it's because he's a born American. It's but because of the man, he's a wizard. So, so the PMP, I'm going to give you a little history about the PMP or they destroyed the police force. So in the 80s, I could walk from Concrete Jungle, through Jonestown, through Anatown and go all the way downtown to Pier. You understand? That's what you call Ocean Boulevard downtown. By the pier and swim on a Sunday. And walk, come back and nobody trouble. There was no art. I'm telling you about 86, 87. There was no artificial borderline. You understand where man say, you come from under that road, you can't come here. When I was young police and I stationed at Maypen, Clarendon, I could walk from 19 mile as a young police officer any hours of the night. Because after like 9 o'clock, you cannot get in a taxi from Sunday Bay to go back to Maypen police station. So if you don't have a bicycle to ride, you have to walk. A lot of us as young police used to do that. Because young police, you know what I'm saying? When you're a young police and you have a gun on them thing, you feel say, boy, you're a Superman and you don't feel nobody can do anything because your mindset and your training and all them things that you have, so you have that, you're fearless. And and most of the time in time, you know what it's all about, why you're out there that hour of the night. Everything changed. Back then, when police involved in the shooting, in a station diary, the only people would know who were involved in the shooting was the police officers that were there and the investigator. Normally, back then, I'm telling you, when Seaga was Prime Minister, back then, because I graduated in 1988 December. You understand what I'm saying? Back then, the only person that were privy, apart from the superintendent and the DDI, would know who were involved in the shooting, is the person who's investigating. Your name would not be in any diary. So everything that was written, just like as the English has passed it down to us, police involved in shooting, everything is the police because you are a police officer. So nobody would know. So remember, in every organization, you always have spies. So you have criminal police and them thing. When them come and read the diary, they didn't know who was involved unless somebody who were there would tell them. So the people who are demonstrating and give statements and stuff like that, they wouldn't know who, and they could not tell any. They will tell lies, but none of their lies. When everything is said and done now and the statement submitted, the police officer's name that they have given in the statement wasn't there, so they know that they have no credibility. So the police officer would not get in any problem. In 1989, when the PMP, when Michael Manley, regained power, that's from when that thing started going down. I remember back then when I stationed at Maypen police station, there was a police officer, a detective corporal at Craftsville named Beckford. And there's a place named Kellits in Clarendon. I was a young police then, stationed at Maypen. And back then, when a police officer have a 9, say a bad police. And they use a wet armor plank, hit him across his face and break him the jawbone. You understand? As a young police, I said that anybody do that to me, a person who do that, he would have to feel the full force of the law. So when I went up there, they said no one police couldn't go to Kellits. I, Christopher Porter, changed all of that. Me and Scotty. Scotty, rest in peace. You understand? Police not supposed to fear the criminal. Criminal must live in a fear. I went there and I changed all of that. People in the player, I was the one that went there. Because when I went there, they said no one police couldn't go to Kellits. I, Christopher Porter, changed that. You understand? Anyway, I'm giving you a little history now about the PMP. So after the first thing that the PMP did when they came in power was to scrap immigration from the police. Reason being, back then immigration police officers in Jamaica, immigration officers, they were police officers. And these are people, you know, immigration police, them used to make some real money, you know. So what happened was that now, a corporal that worked at immigration, his son and a politician's son was going to a university in Florida. They were friends. So when the policeman son tell the politician son what kind of work his father did, and he went now and tell him, the politician was upset. Oh dear, all big foot, big head police or theme pitney and him a guy see him school when get money from and this. So they scrap it. KD night came in and they took it away because they say police making money. Took away the police and they bring in their friends. Then shortly after that now, the American government changed up their thing, so there was no money there again for them to make. You understand? Then the attack now came on the police. PG. How we come by the first civilian? Remember, you know, Colonel. Most of you young people wouldn't know that. Colonel Trevor Macmillan, you know, he was the liaison officer from the Jamaican Defence Force that went to Grenada in 1983 when they killed Maurice Bishop, and he stole a couple $100,000 and he was on an investigation by the Jamaican Constabulary Force, a man named Leslie Harper, retired Deputy Commissioner of Police, investigate him for fraud. So when they're pretending in Jamaica like the soldiers are have impeccable character, so this was a man that they appointed because Michael Manley had put his puppet there, all thieving commissioner of all nasty black man named Roy Thompson. You understand? He was more PMP than Michael Manley. Criminal them, you understand? They appointed him as commissioner and he did all kind of nefarious thing, the most despicable thing you can think of as a police. But he was no police, you know, he was a political activist in uniform. PMP police. So because he did so much corrupted things when he was commissioner of police, when Roy Thompson left now, that's how we got Colonel Trevor Macmillan, because the private sector, they wanted somebody different, because after he had done commit so much nasty thing for them, they don't want nobody else from inside the force now. They want one of their friends, because they want somebody now to start the dismantling of the police force, because the police have too much power. Macmillan, he came in, didn't have no law enforcement experience, you understand? But you have a senior soup named Noel Virgo. Stand up to him and Virgo told him, Noel Virgo, he used to be at Huntsville. This was a man, a good soup, you know, protect police and him thing. Them used to have Michael Manley house number, you know. Them man, we tell about the struggle and him thing there. Nice man, him dead, you know. Rest in peace, Mr. Virgo. So, when Macmillan became commissioner of police and start, well, you know, back then, you know, the police were more united because you had a thing called Expedie Corps that was still. So the officer corps wrong, they shun him because he's a fake police. He has no law enforcement experience. But you know, some of the, you know, as usual, they always have sellout. So the sellout them go along with him and him start, you know, move. The elitists, you know, they are so corrupt, you know, because them don't want to see police thrive, you know. Because if you notice, everything that police make money, they attack it. So their first enemy was Isaiah Leng. Noted good crime fighter, them thing there. You know, irrespective of what you want to say about him. But they went after him because of Sting. Oh dear, this little detective sergeant live in a big house and I make so much money and I drive pretty car for that little pay. You understand? But he can, every money that he had, he can account for it because of Sting. They didn't like that, so they find a way, you know, to get him and kick him out of the police force. You know that they're not signing his, renewing his contract, and you know the system, corruption, so they get rid of him. So he went after all the police that he thought that was making money. Legitimate, it's not like these police are criminal. You understand? Some of them resign, revert them, and because when you revert a man from detective and put him in uniform, it embarrass him if he hasn't done anything. But it's a political retribution. Colonel Macmillan was a Labour writer, but he was appointed by a PMP Prime Minister. You understand? He came in the force and he did some good things and some other bad things. But he was the first outsider that they brought in. Fake police, but he was corrupt because he was on an investigation for fraud. But only in Jamaica those things happening, because that could not happen here. Because once you're the investigator for a certain crime or anything, you cannot head a police department. But in Jamaica, once you're politically connected and your friends them push you understand? Because money is power, from ever since. So the next thing, what they went after was the gun licensing thing. And the police, the assistant commissioner who caused the police for them to take it away from the police, he wanted it for himself, but he's a part of the Labour right too, So they took away according to them, the police is making too much money from it. You understand? It was Siaga who took away the power from the commissioner of police and give it to the superintendents so that they can, they take care of the people. You understand what I'm saying? In Jamaica, poor people, police are typical poor people. No rich man pitting join the police force. It's only now that some of them with degree would join the police force because they cannot get any job. Now I see people with cooking degree in a police force as officer. Can I believe? What a cook doing in the police force? A cook supposed to be in the army. Them not no military of Jamaica. The army. Because Jamaica cannot even fight against even the criminal them down there, you understand? So they keep ripping away, the powers from the police by belittling them, you understand? The PMP, the GLP. So the PMP government, they keep implementing every minute the pass law, give you this agency, that agency, you understand? Until now, the GLP, the PMP wanted to do it all along, but they didn't want to go big. So when Dudos now, when they found out now that the Jamaican police cooperated with the FBI and the US Department of Justice, that's how these people now retaliate. So Indicom was created as a way of getting back at the Americans by going after the Jamaican police. You understand? The man that's there who claims that Indicom is there, because I listened to him the other day, and all he's talking about fatal shooting going down. But so it seems like the government job is to protect the gunmen, but you don't hear they say anything about the people who are losing their loved one. All they care about is the gunmen. So what do you expect? I'm seeing in the news where they find 6 guns and how many people in jail. Where are they going to find a place to keep these people in prison? You have more guns in Jamaica than books now, because they know that criminals know that the police have no powers. You understand? So the criminals are winning. So that's why I'm begging your police officers to leave. Don't stay there, man. Don't waste your life. Because if you get killed, your family is not going to get the money that they're supposed to get. I don't even know if any police that I had worked with who was killed by a gunman, if their parents or their beneficiaries get the money. You understand? Number one, there's nothing there. Jamaica is not getting better. It's getting worse. Look at all this. When I was growing up, gunmen never used to kill kids and women. Now they kill even grandmother. They kill. The same Motor Baruch I hear him talk the other day about a old lady that them kill, rape and kill. You understand? And I'm like, okay, I can't believe that he's saying this when he's the same one that promote these people, and he call the police wicked and or the police killing off the youth. Why him don't tell them that They need to stop it. You understand what I'm saying? Although, you know, these people, they are all of them, you know, because if you're a pro-police, pro-law abiding citizen in Jamaica, you're not popular. Nobody want nothing to do with you. They want to know that, yes, boy, you support criminal and you're tough, and that's how it is in Jamaica. There's no reason for you young people to stay there. You're working for a system that is not looking out for you, and it's there to destroy your life. The GLP government, especially with St. Andrew Holness, don't think that Dr. Peter Phillips, you know, is your friend either, you know, because none of them anything to do with the police to destroy it. The PMP is right there because both of them, they want to know that they can control the police. You understand? If you notice, at no time, you notice with Brian Sykes, the head judge, when St. Andrew Holness was trying to pull a fast one, you know, so Peter Phillips come out in support of him because they were bringing somebody from outside of the legal fraternity. When I say outside, somebody who's not an active judge or somebody who deserves to be the top judge in Jamaica. And Peter Phillips come out in support of Brian Sykes. Did you see he do that when he come on to fake police, Anthony and listen? He didn't do it because all of them, they are all friends. You understand? Police, leave them police force. Look at the time now. You want to know that you're home. You understand what I'm saying? You want to know that you're home when evening come. You don't want to be there running up and down. You understand what I'm saying? When the big choices man is at home with his wife and kids, or him sweetheart, you are there running up and down. Whenever you get a call from control about any shooting or robbery, drive the longest road. If you get shot, if you get, God forbid, and you get shot, after that Blue Cross benefit finish, if the Federation do not help you, is your family have to help you to buy all the prescription, your drugs in it. So you're working for a system that is not there to defend you. And these people do not appreciate or respect police. If you notice, up to now, Andrew Holness never been to a funeral of any police officer, nor is Minister of National Security. You understand? These people, they are not into that. They do not like police. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know how in good faith. I don't know how these police work at protective service and yeah, I could not do it. Honestly. When I was serving, nobody could get me to work at that place. Cause I never liked them because I know that these people do not like police. You understand? Couldn't. None of them couldn't. Labour right or PMP. Yeah, I never liked politicians. Police, this is, I cannot repeat it anymore. But you're just wasting your time there in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Right now, the soldier have more talk in Jamaica than you, and the soldier is not the ones who supposed to be enforcing the laws. But the soldiers are the one, if you notice, they're telling the public to call them. So even the Prime Minister are diminishing the roles of the police. You understand? And putting it with the soldier. But police, you see that the gunmen them use the grenade, worse yet to come. You see when everything explode, trust me, you're gonna be happy that you're not there. I am telling you. Leave. Okay? Have a nice day. Blessed love.